Hey, what's up? It's that time again, and I've got another Super Nintendo review for you. I've finally managed to get through another Super Nintendo game in a week, and I'm really proud of myself. So, as you may or may not know, this week I've been playing Judge Dredd on the Super Nintendo. It's now fully completed, and it's another ticked off the list for the Summer of SNES. And yeah, I'll do a quick review of it. It was a long game, but I played it so much, I did about 2 levels a day. I played it so much that I really didn't actually want to put it down, but some of the levels further on actually got really tough. Here's my review of it. These are all the notes I was making when I was playing it. So there's lots in there, but I'm probably not going to speak about everything. A couple of Super Nintendo pickups actually before I get started that I got a while back, and I never really showed them. There are only 2 games, and I didn't really think it was worth just doing a pickup video of 2, so I'll just squeeze them in this video. The first one, a game that I play and I just can't stop. I can't put down. It's really addictive, and it's great childhood memories for me. This is Rock and Roll Racing. And this is like a kind of isometric racing game where it's kind of like you power up. You buy a car at the start of the game. You can put in add-ons and customize it and build it up and give it more powerful weapons, and you can shoot the other cars. And it's all really based around the soundtrack of the game, to be honest. And it's got really classic rock and roll kind of soundtrack melodies in there. So. Really great game, really addictive, and so much fun to play. Love it. And another one from my childhood, another racing game actually. It's Nigel Mansell's World Championship Racing. My favourite Formula 1 racing game that I've ever played actually, and it's great. The fact that it's in 2D as well. It's a great game. I did a kind of a gameplay, but I never uploaded it because I did it on that TV, and because it's a CRT, it didn't really look that good, so I didn't bother with it. But maybe I'll do another one sometime. I don't know. But yeah, just 2 quick pickups. But yeah, this is all about Judge Dredd. So yeah, 2D platforming action game. I don't know really where to start, to be honest. Let's start with I don't know where to start. The storyline, I suppose. The storyline. So obviously, it's there's a Judge Dredd movie starring Sylvester Stallone, and this game's based off of that. And so it follows the storyline of the movie. And so you start off with Judge Dredd doing a couple of first introduction levels, as you do with most platforming games, just to kind of kick you off and start you with, you know, getting used to the buttons and what does what, and the kind of the setup in the game, how to play it and things like that. And so basically when the story really starts, you find out that Judge Dredd gets kind of framed for murder, and so he gets kind of kicked out of Mega City into the desert, and he has to go and find some nomadic guy to find something called the Book of War, and that'll get him back into Mega City and get revenge on the guy who kind of double-crossed him. So it turns out there's this whole cloning kind of thing going on, and there's a clone of Judge Dredd, which is why he got framed for murder. So he goes and finds this guy called Rico, and you have to go and find him and destroy him. And you know, there's different levels and different bosses. And it was a game that I got to. I think it's stage 8, where you reach this boss called Rico, and you basically fight against your clone Judge Dredd. And I thought that was it. I thought that was the last level. But there was more after that, so it was kind of one of those games that didn't end where I thought it was going to end, because that was like the big final boss, and the whole storyline was based around really getting to this guy, you know, who framed you for murder. So when I destroyed him, went on to the next level, and I was like, hang on, what's going on here? I thought that would be it, but there's a lot more afterwards as well. It goes into some storyline where you have to. Well, the next couple of levels after that is just basically standard, where you just go and kind of have to clear out bad guys. And the game is based around, the way the game plays is each level has like 2 or 3 sections. So you get level 1 stage. It's like Super Mario. You get level 1, stage 1, level 1, stage 2, level 1, stage 3, then level 2, stage 1, like that, and it goes up. And the way it works is that you always kind of have like two objectives in the game. So there's always a primary objective and there's a secondary objective. And the primary objective mainly usually is to, you know, destroy a certain amount of enemies. And the secondary objective is to clear out all the rest of the enemies that are remaining. So you don't really have to do both objectives to complete each level. You can just pretty much do the primary objective and then go to the end of the level, exit. But I think completing the secondary objective gives you bonuses like extra lives and points and stuff like that, which is fine. But I found in the first few levels I was doing everything. Like I was doing the primary objective and the secondary objective. But after late, maybe, you know, near the end and afterwards, I didn't really bother with, you know, fully completing the secondary objective because you know, there's no point. I just wanted to get through the game, to be honest. So I was just pretty much doing the primary objectives. So yeah, it's 2D platforming style. So it has that kind of. It kind of have to look, like I said on the previous video, it kind of looks like Flashback in the fact that you can jump up to different levels. You can roam around back and forth in the level. It's not just like Mario where you start on one section and you go to the next, you go to the finish line. You can go back and forth and explore the levels. And the thing is about this game, these levels get really big. I think that's kind of how it's broken up into the different stages and levels. You get level 1, stage 1, level 2, stage 2. So like each stage that you progress further, the level kind of gets bigger. You have to do more objectives. So your primary objectives on the first stage was to like kill 3 bad guys, and then on stage 2 will be to kill like 7 or 8 or even 20. So it kind of works like that. But the game is full of amazing sound effects. It's full of amazing graphics. Overall, I mean, it's one of the best platformers I've ever played, especially on the Super Nintendo. And it's right up there with Flashback. You know, Flashback's a very different kind of game, I would say. This is more straight up platforming. I don't know, Flashback feels different compared to it, but it's right up there quality wise. I mean, it's really good. I really can't fault it. I found sometimes where you got to the boss, I mean, if I'm to pick up any issues with it, technically, when you do get to end of level Guardian or end of level boss, the sound kind of goes silent for a few seconds, and then the music comes on. But yeah, that's not really a massive issue, but that's really the only technical problem I found with it. Like I said, it does also have a password feature, which I found really handy and useful, obviously, to you know, get through the game without having to start from the start. It's really cool. But it was kind of odd that it didn't give me a password on every level. Maybe I didn't do an objective correctly, or something I didn't do correctly, but I would have expected after I completed each stage for it to give me a password, but it didn't. And sometimes I found, like, I don't know if it was me pressing certain buttons where, you know, when you finish a level and your score comes up and it flicks through the score and the counters. I was like jamming buttons and I'm like, where's my, you know, and then you get the password, or you get like you get an extra life and it gives you the end of level password. I don't know if it was just that. I don't know if you have to press a special button to get the password at the end of the level, or maybe it's because of an objective, but I didn't find I got a password at the end of every level, which was a bit frustrating, so I had to carry on a bit further than I had to before, but it wasn't that bad, you know, I got through it in the end. What else can I talk about this game? There was a really cool, level 6 actually, was a bit of an alternative level. I think it was pretty much like a bonus level. It actually had like a kind of like a mode 7, you're on this, what was it called? The Lawmaster. So, Judge Dredd rides a bike called the Lawmaster, and you ride this on level 6. It's kind of like a bonus stage where you have to just, I think, defeat some enemies that are chasing you. And it's a really nice kind of different view on, you know, break from the platforming. I thought that was quite cool. I wasn't expecting any mode 7 to be in this game, but they fit it in there quite nicely. Level 7 featured the level where you had to defeat the Rico, your clone boss, and it was based at the Statue of Liberty, and they've got this massive, well, it's not a pixel, but it's background, and you can see the Statue of Liberty in the background, and it looks really fantastic. I mean, they did a great job. And like I said, the levels on this game, what you'll find is, like, when you play it, if you choose to play it, which I recommend, it's a good game. But it's one of those games where you have to explore the levels a lot. There was one stage I was really stuck on, and it was really frustrating for me because what stage was it? I think it was stage 9. Stage 9, level 3, or level 3, stage 9. No. Stage 9, section 3, or level 3. And you have to kind of... Your primary objective is to destroy these barrels of goo. And I think there's like 18 of them on the level. So you have to go throughout the whole level, tracking them down, destroying all these barrels. Your secondary objective, obviously, is just to defeat all the enemies on the stage, but you didn't have to do that. But some of these barrels are in a section that are really hard to get to, and I was on this stage for hours figuring out how the hell to get to these barrels. And turns out that bit of a spoiler, but I'll tell you, there's a weapon. There's loads of different guns and weapons, and one of them is like armor piercing, so it actually shoots through walls. So some of these barrels that you can't get to, you actually shoot through the wall. But when you get the armor piercing bullets on that level, you only get like 6 of them. So if you make a mistake or run out, most of the bullets and ammo they resupply, so you have to go and scour the level again, and you can pick some more up. But I couldn't find any more of these armor piercing bullets, and I had to restart the level again. So it's quite frustrating. That was a real frustrating level. But yeah, armor piercing bullets on stage 9 if you ever play the game. What else can I talk about? Not much really else. I think there's a lot more I wanted to say, but I mean, to be honest, I didn't want this video to go on too long. But overall, it's a really great game, really good. I really enjoyed playing it, and no doubt I will play it again one day in the future, just to you know, obviously get my money's worth. And the fact that it is actually a really good game, and it wasn't that expensive, I don't think. So that's pretty much my review on Judge Dredd. You know, I'll give it a great score. It's a fantastic game, and it's probably one of the best looking action platformers on the system. So that's it from me. Thank you very much for watching. Cheers, have a good weekend, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.